What's up, everybody? Welcome to Game Nights. The show is brought to you by Wizards of the Coast.
We have a really, really special episode for you today. In fact, the two guests that we have on this show are returning from the most popular episode of Game Nights ever.
Yeah, me and Josh.
Wouldn't we like to think so, Jimmy? Yeah. They are also, I should say, and you could probably guess who they are if you're familiar with our show. One of them is playing, let's just say, a very similar deck to the deck they played last time.
Yeah, absolutely. But before we get to the game, we got to talk about our sponsors. And the first place to talk about is cardkingdom.com/command. One of the things that we love about Card Kingdom is the ease of just being able to put a whole deck list in there or a bunch of cards at once, select the versions you want, add them to your cart and check it out. And boom, it's going to arrive on your doorstep in a single package. You're ready to shuffle up and play just like that.
Yeah. And of course, cardkingdom.com/command is a great place to go to get sealed product. And you might want to do that or think about it for March of the Machine, because the collector's boosters specifically have some special things going on. One of the new card types, or the new foiling types that they've got, are called Halo Foil. Foils have never looked like this before. The foiling process creates this sort of liquid, swirly feel. It really catches the light in a really unique way. Looks awesome.
And you might be recognizing some of the names as well as the cards that you're seeing here, because these are the multiverse legends. They're a bunch of legendary creature reprints. And if you look at the frame around them, you might recognize it because it's the first time they've ever appeared with this booster fund treatment from the respective plane and the set they came from originally.
And another thing that is also only available in the collector's boosters that's very, very cool are the serialized cards. So these are cards that have a number printed on them because there were only 500 of them made. And so you've got numbers 1 through 500, hence the serialized part.
You might notice that the cards you're seeing here on screen have an X where the number should be. That's because these are special test prints sent to us by Wizards, and they're going right back after this video's done.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to keep them. So if you open a collector's booster and you get a Halo foil card or you get a serialized card, make sure that you take those and immediately put them into an Eclipse sleeve from ULTRAPRO. You do not want those cards to get banged up or dinged up. ULTRAPRO.com/command is the place to go to get all ULTRAPRO game accessories products. This is the company that Jimmy and I trust our own collections to. They have awesome deck boxes, sweet playmats, anything you need to up your game experience. ULTRAPRO.com/command is the place to go.
And finally, come see us live. Game Nights Live is coming back to MagicCon Minneapolis, which takes place the weekend of May 5th to the 7th. Check the show notes for all of the information on how to get tickets and badges for the weekend. I mean, Josh and I, we have a blast every time, but also we get to meet so many of you, play games, take pictures, sign stuff, whatever. You know, it's a blast to be there, and we can't wait to bring the show back too.
Yeah, if you are even thinking about going to Minneapolis, we would love to meet you. We would love to have you in the audience at Game Nights Live.
Yeah.
Click those links in the show notes and come join us.
All right, let's get into the game.
How's it, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Game Nights. On this one, we have the return of the two guests from our most popular episode ever.
Hi everybody, it's Kathleen De Vere from LoadingReadyRun.
And I'm Graham Stark, also from LoadingReadyRun. We do a lot of different stuff on the internet: sketches, podcasts, gameplay, streams.
And in addition to all of those other things, we do the pre-releases, where we get to play with the latest set a week before it comes out. It's very cool.
But today, we are back on Game Nights, and it has been far too long. I am so excited to be here.
Today's a really special episode of Game Nights because for the first time ever, we're playing with Planechase.
At the beginning of the game, it introduces a separate deck of cards called the Planar deck. Planechase cards apply to all players.
We'll use the planar die to navigate our way through the multiverse. We could roll Chaos and trigger the Chaos effect, or we might roll Planeswalk and be off to a new plane.
Anything could happen when you're playing Planechase.
When I was last here in 2019, I had the privilege, nay, the honor, to bring the meme deck known as Bear Force 1 into reality. So today, I'm hoping to run that back with Surrak and Goreclaw in Bear Force 2.
Bear Force 2, this is Control Tower. What's your vector? Acknowledged.
This is a bear tribal deck. It's got all the old bears you know and love, along with some new furry friends from the last few years. And with Surrak joining the party, These grizzlies have learned how to take and throw a punch. So I'm gonna play some bears, turn them sideways, and if history is any indication, win the game.
And my commander is Rona, Herald of Invasion.
All your worlds belong to us!
This deck makes the most of my commander's looting ability. So I'm running lots of cheap legends I can cast to untap her. Plus some powerful payoffs for all that drawing and discarding. Throw in some reanimation to bring back my biggest bombs, and I'll have everything I need to launch a successful invasion.
Today I'm playing the team up of Goro-Goro and Satoru. My plan is to hit my opponents with creatures the same turn they enter the battlefield. Because when I do, my commander makes giant dragons. So I've loaded the deck with evasive attackers, haste enablers, and sneaky tricks like ninjutsu to make sure I can always get through. With my dragon army growing each combat, it won't take long to crush the competition.
The deck I'm playing is Slimefoot and Squee.
We're back and we brought friends.
Yeah!
Here we go again.
Not only can my commander reanimate itself, but it gets to bring a friend along for the ride. So I'm running plenty of self-mill and sack outlets to fill my graveyard with high-impact threats. As long as I can keep up a healthy supply of saprolings, my recursion engine should be enough to propel me to victory.
All right, it's time to hit fast and hit hard.
You can't keep a good fungus goblin down.
I think you could say I'm gonna run away with this one.
I am Bear, hear me roar!
Welcome to the table, everyone. As always, it's time to reveal our brand new Ultra Pro playmats. Whoa.
So it's been a while since we've been here, but I feel like you've redecorated.
Yeah, I can't say I love what you've done with the place, but I respect your choices.
Well, to be fair, this is not us. This is Phyrexians. They're clearly invading, just like everywhere.
I was gonna say, is that a problem?
Oh no, it's farther away than it looks.
Oh, so it's actually much bigger than I thought. That's worse, right?
Yeah, but we definitely still have enough time to play a commander game, right?
Of course. Well, welcome to Gameknights.
Only one
may stand.
All right, everybody ready?
Yes.
All right.
Let's go. Okay, before the game begins, let's flip the first Planechase card. We are in Truga Jungle.
Oh, it fixes and finds lands.
Oh, very cool.
Is that fixing gonna help you out there, Graham?
No, I'm fine without, thank you.
Yeah, it's interesting because the planes can have a wide variety of effect on the game, and this one is kind of low impact as far as that goes, which is fine. I guess I'm just hoping that somebody rolls the planar die and gets the Planeswalker symbol and we go to something more useful.
All right, I'm gonna draw for my turn, and I'm gonna start with this incredibly powerful play of a snow-covered forest, and since everyone gets a free roll of the planar die every turn, I'm gonna give it a go.
Oh, Planeswalk!
Turns out we're going somewhere else immediately.
Wow.
Woo! Let's get out of here. Who knows what's on the other side of a planeswalk? It could be good or bad. Let's see what happens.
Okay, well, the new plane we are going to is Noctamoon.
Cat.
Ooh, fun.
This new plane is pretty good for my deck. I'm already all about looting. This is rummaging technically, but it's very similar. So being able to do this because of the Planechase card is an advantage. It gets my plan started a little earlier.
This rummaging is pretty good. I have lots of creatures I don't care about that I can just put in the bin. I am playing a Reanimator deck.
Well, I may as well spend my first turn continuing to just do stuff, so I'm gonna tap 1 mana to pay to roll the planar die again, because I get to rummage.
The first time you roll the planar die on your turn, it's free. After that, you have to pay 1 mana, and then after that, it's 2, and it keeps going up. It's a really cool dynamic to add to a game, especially when you have just a little bit of leftover mana and nothing to do with it.
I'm gonna give it a go. That's a blank. Nothing happens. Go ahead, Josh.
Okay, I will draw for turn, and I'm actually gonna roll my free roll on the planar die before I do anything. All right, that's the chaos symbol. Ooh! Which means chaos ensues. I'm gonna discard an Unctus Grand Metatect and draw a card. And then I am going to play a Fabled Passage, and I will pass the turn. Go ahead, Kathleen.
All right, I'm gonna draw for the turn, and then since everybody else was rolling the planar dice, I wanna do what my hosts are doing, and I'm gonna see what happens.
A blank.
So I'm going to play this mountain, and then I'm going to play a skull clamp.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
Pass the turn.
That seems good.
I don't have a ton of land in my hand, but Skull Clamp draws me cards and puts things in my bin. Then I can use my commander to bring it back later. Okay, nobody look at the Skull Clamp.
All right, well, I will draw my card for turn, and I'm gonna play my land for turn. It is a Morphic Pool, and I'm gonna go ahead and also roll the planar dice. Ooh, chaos has ensued. I will discard a card, that's gonna be an island, and then I will draw a card. And because I have the mana, I'm gonna tap my Morphic Pool and roll the planar die one more time. Ooh, we out.
All right, Planeswalker symbol means we're going to the next one.
Cliffside Market.
Mercadia!
Imagine if we went to Cliffside Market like 3 or 4 turns from now. You could see life totals swapping like crazy. Of course, at the moment, we're all at the same life total, so it's not gonna matter a lot.
When you planeswalk here, you may exchange life totals with target player. Okay.
Hey, Jimmy, you wanna exchange life totals?
Yeah, let's do it, Josh. You and me?
Yeah.
Okay, what do I get in return?
A firm handshake.
Oh, anything for a firm handshake. It looks like it's way too early in the game for this to matter. We're all at the same life total. But that chaos is pretty spicy. You could be swapping lands with people, creatures, artifacts, you name it. It's one of those things that can just pick apart someone's board, and I'm hoping to do so when catch people off guard. All right, that does it for me. Pass turn to you, Graham.
All right, thank you. I will untap. It's my upkeep, so I may exchange life totals with someone. Jimmy, can I have Josh's life total?
Absolutely. Firm handshake?
Awesome.
All right.
Cool. Before I do anything, I'm gonna roll the planar die. Well, that's blank, which means the entirety of my turn is gonna be playing a second snow-covered forest and an emerald medallion.
Seems good.
Very good.
In a mono-green deck, I think mana reduction, like the Emerald Medallion, is stronger than just a mana rock because I can use it for multiple spells a turn. It's very powerful. That's my whole entire turn. Go ahead, Josh.
Okay, on your end step, I'm going to crack my Fabled Passage. And I will search my library and find an island, and I'll put it onto the battlefield tapped. I'll untap. On my upkeep, Cliffside Market will trigger. I'll keep my life total for now. I'll draw. Okay, and then I'm gonna start by rolling the planar die. It's a blank, it does nothing.
Yep.
I'm gonna play a swamp, and then I am going to play a Felwar Stone.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna tap that Felwar Stone for a green mana, and I'm gonna roll the planar die a second time. Nothing happens. All right, and then that is all I can do. I'll pass the turn, Kathleen.
Okay, I'm going to untap and draw my card for the turn. So I'm gonna play Boseiju, who endures. And I really like that you got a mana rock. So I'm going to play a Golgari Signet.
Nice.
Before I pass my turn, I'm gonna roll a planar die. Because it's free. Nothing happens. Go ahead, Jimmy.
All right, I'll untap, and I will draw my card for turn. Let's kick things off by playing a mountain, and then cast a Talisman of Creativity. All right, I can't pass up that value. Gonna roll that planar die, see what we get. Nothing.
Could do it again.
Nah, I think what I'd rather do is tap the Talisman of Creativity for red. I'm gonna take 1 damage, going to 39, and then I'm going to cast Faithless Looting.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
So I will draw 2 cards, and then I'm going to discard a Polluted Delta and a Phoenix Chick.
Not bad.
And that's gonna do it for me. Pass turn to you, Graham. Looking around the table, it's pretty darn even right now. We're all just ramping, setting up. Everyone's been rolling blanks, so just gonna keep trucking along.
All right, I will untap, and I will draw for the turn. I'm gonna play a third snow-covered forest. Before I do anything else for the turn, I'm gonna roll the planar die, just in case nothing happens.
Okay.
And that's fine, because thanks to the cost reduction from Emerald Medallion, I'm gonna tap 1 mana to play my queen, Ayula!
Oh my gosh! This is giving me flashbacks to the last time Graham and Kathleen were here, and I don't know if you remember that game, but it was not good for me. So hopefully this card doesn't overperform, but it's the best bear in Graham's deck, probably. Oh boy. Not like this.
Jimmy immediately was like, I gotta leave it.
Bear Force 2 came to play. I am definitely ahead on board right now. I have mana reduction. I have repeatable removal on a stick. The only thing I'm missing right now is card advantage, so let's see what we can do about that. And I'm gonna tap my other 2 lands for a Realm Walker.
Ooh.
Flavorful.
As it enters the battlefield, I choose a creature type. Shocking no one, I will be choosing Bear. This card is super useful because not only is it, of course, a bear, which is inherently terrific, but I can look at the top card of my library, and if it is a bear, I can cast it, and then if the next card is a bear, I can cast that. And if I can do that with Ayula on the board, I can just wipe out everybody else's creatures or make an army of real thick bears. Because Realm Walker has Changeling, it is also a bear, and so that will trigger Ayula, and I'll put 2 +1/+1 counters on Ayula.
So Ayula's a 4/4 now?
Ayula is a 4/4 now.
Realm Walker's pretty good and will probably get Graham some card advantage throughout the course of the game. But the fact that it put 2 counters on Ayula, that's what I don't like. Because now anything I play that has 4 or less toughness, he can probably just eat it for free. So it's really gonna limit my options, which is annoying.
And I can look at the top card of my library anytime, like now. Or past now, and pass the turn. And now.
I'm about to look at the top card of my library. Watch. I'll untap, then I look at the top card of my library and draw it.
While you're looking at the top card of your library, I'm gonna look at the top card of my library.
Okay, I'm gonna start by rolling the planar die.
Ooh, chaos.
Interesting.
So Josh gets to switch any 2 permanents that share a type. And the problem is that I have an artifact that's extremely good and very powerful and synergistic in my deck. And I would like to keep that, but I don't think he's going to let me.
So Skull Clamp is a super powerful card. However, I don't think it's probably gonna be good in my deck. And then I realized, oh, I don't have to trade one of my own artifacts. I can make my opponents trade artifacts. This is interesting. I don't have to control either of the targets.
Oh, what? Heck.
I think I'm going to choose for Graham and Kathleen to trade the Skull Clamp for the medallion.
Oh no! My Emerald Medallion! All my creatures have at least 2 toughness. What am I gonna do with a Skull Clamp?
Okay, I really wanted to draw cards, but this isn't so bad because at least I can still cast cheaper spells with Emerald Medallion. It could be worse.
All right, then I'm gonna tap 2 and I'm going to play a Mind Stone.
Sure.
Then I'm gonna play my land for turn, which will be a Watery Grave. It'll come in untapped, so I'll take 2, going to 38. And I'm going to play Phyrexian Arena.
Ooh.
So the Ayula is really forefronted in my mind here as far as what I want to do this turn. I would like to deploy my commander, maybe another creature, but feels like Graham can just kill them for free. So I think I gotta deploy some non-creatures because those are things that at least I'm pretty sure will stick around. And that's it. I will pass the turn.
Okay, I'm gonna untap everything, draw for the turn. I'm gonna use the Emerald Medallion immediately because I'm going to play a Hermit Druid for a single green mana.
I'm getting real flashbacks. What is happening?
Ayula on one side and Hermit Druid on the other. Jimmy.
I am running 5 basic lands in this deck because I want to get Hermit Druid to put most of my deck in the bin. As God is my witness, I will not be Jimmy Wonged this game.
Oh, okay. This is giving me flashbacks to perhaps the worst episode of GameKnights for me personally ever. So I'm going to pay a green, activate the Hermit Druid, and reveal cards off the top of my library until I reveal a basic land.
If I remember correctly, this card doesn't do much.
Then I'm going to pay a red, filter that through my Golgari Signet, and play a Skull Prophet.
Okay.
I'm not gonna play a land for the turn because I don't have any land, but on the bright side, I have a Hermit Druid to get me land, and I have an Emerald Medallion. But before we go, I can't pass up a bargain.
Oh, no!
We're going somewhere else!
The Golden City of Araska.
Ooh, Ixalan!
Oh, now we're talking. I could really use some treasure since I don't have my Emerald Medallion anymore. Josh has no blocks, so I think I can get some treasure out of this.
Ooh, this is a spicy plane because look at that chaos effect. I have some pretty powerful stuff in my hand right now. If I'm able to cheat something out early, I'm gonna be in great shape. I can't wait to roll that die.
All right, your go, Jimmy.
All right, so I'll untap my stuff and draw my cards for turn. I suppose I kind of want to just roll this planar die. Maybe it'll change my turn. Nothing, that's totally okay. I'm going to tap for 3, paying 1 life for the Talisman of Creativity, and going down to 38, and cast my commander, Goro-Goro and Satoru.
Sweet.
All right, my commander is out and I am ready to get my game plan going. As long as Graham doesn't point that Ayula towards my commander, oh, we're gonna see some dragons.
Oh, I don't like that. The bears do not handle dragons well. They can fly and they're too big to fight effectively. Right now, I am the most worried about Jimmy's deck.
And then I will play my land for the turn. It is a Path of Ancestry. And with that, I'll pass turn to you, Graham.
Sounds good. Untap and draw the card. Now that I've drawn my card for the turn, I'm gonna look at the top card of my library. Oh, neat. Okay, put that back. So I'm gonna move to combat.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack Josh with Realm Walker and Jimmy with Ayula.
All right, I have no blockers. I'll take 2 and go to 36.
And I also will not block. I'll take 4 and go to 34.
And thanks to the Golden City of Araska, I get to make 2 treasures because creatures dealt damage to 2 players.
Pretty good. This plane is really bad for me because I purposely didn't put any creatures out. And the Golden City, it doesn't do anything for you unless you're hitting people with creatures, which I'm not going to be doing, so it's not good.
I'm going to play another snow-covered forest, and then I'm going to cast Spirit of the Elderguard.
Cool.
I'm going to search my library for a snowland. Spoilers, it's a forest. And I'll put that into my hand.
Yep.
And that's also a bear, surprising no one. So Ayula's going to trigger, and my queen is going to fight Goro-Goro and Satoru.
No! Gramp, what the heck, dude? Are you kidding me? Hermit Druid's right there! Why would you choose my commander?
I'm gonna fight Jimmy's commander because Hermit Druid is scary in the abstract later, and his commander is scary to me personally now.
Wait, is it because I made Hermit Druid look so bad the last time you were here? Nah, that can't be it. Well, that is gonna kill my commander. And I'll send it back to the command zone. Man, that's rough.
Yeah, ouch.
Oh boy, I'm not feeling very good about this. I'm last in turn order, I just played my commander, and now my board state is completely empty. This sets me centuries behind the rest of the table. I am feeling real bad.
Also, I have 10 permanents, so I now have the City's Blessing. And then I'm gonna roll the planar die and see if I get to play something for free. And I don't, which is probably just as well. So I'm gonna pass the turn.
All right, I will untap. At the beginning of my upkeep, Phyrexian Arena will trigger. I will draw a card and lose life, going to 35, and then I'll draw for turn. And then I'm gonna start my turn by rolling the planar die. It's a blank. And then I'm going to play Alondra, Sky Dreamer.
You shall find us where the sea meets the sky.
Ooh.
So I'm putting this out here. It's a pretty good value play. I already have Phyrexian Arena, so I'm guaranteed to make at least one Drake every single turn. I'm hoping it'll fly under the radar and Graham won't pick it off, but I think there's a good chance. There's scarier targets out there, like Hermit Druid. And that'll do it for me, Kathleen, go ahead.
Okay, untap. Draw my card for the turn. Ooh, a land. That's very exciting, honestly.
Nice.
I'm gonna play a command tower.
The best land.
Yes. Who could I reasonably attack?
Jimmy.
Me.
Sorry, Jimmy, I'd like some treasure. I'm gonna attack you with my Skull Prophet.
Okay, well, I have no blockers. I'll take 3 damage and go to 31.
And because of the Golden City, I will make a treasure.
I'm jealous of all these treasures y'all are making.
And now, I'm gonna cast Farseek and get more land.
Nice.
So I'll search my library and I will find Ziatora's Proving Ground. And that will enter the battlefield tapped.
Okay, this is perfect. I'm about to play my commander, and I have a Hermit Druid. So that means I just have to fill up my yard and somehow get my commander in there. My game plan is coming online.
And then, watch this, bring out my commander.
We're back and we brought friends.
Yeah!
Here we go again.
Uh-oh.
And I get a Saproling.
Wow. What makes Kathleen's commander strong is that second ability. Right now, she's got no way for her to choose for it to die. So since she's missing that one piece, that kind of makes me not worried about it quite yet.
And I have the City's Blessing.
Oh, nice.
And before I end my turn, I'm gonna roll the planar die.
Okay. Oh.
Planeswalk.
Plane's walking away.
All right, welcome everyone to Jund. Very fitting for you, Kathleen.
This plane is perfect for me. I can just feed my commander to a Devour trigger. They want to be in the graveyard. That's their home. Hopefully we can just stay on this plane till my next turn. Could everybody stop rolling the planar die, please?
We should maybe spend some mana to get out of there.
We're gonna get Junded out.
Oh man, with Devour 5, she has everything she needs now to set herself up for victory. I feel like my only chance out of this is to either planeswalk away from this place or hit that Chaos Ensues.
All right, well, I think that was a fantastic turn for me, so go ahead.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, I'm gonna untap and I'm gonna draw. Maybe I can get some luck this game. Let's roll the planar die, see what happens here.
Come on, Goblin.
Nothing. Instead, I'm going to play a Bloodstained Mire. I'm going to immediately crack it, going to 30, and I'm gonna find a Blood Crypt. That's gonna enter the battlefield untapped. I'll take 2 more damage going to 28. Hey, Graham.
Hey, Jimmy.
If I play my commander again, are you gonna kill it?
Probably not. This is not like a deal, but if you play your commander, I will not do anything to prevent you from untapping with it.
Yes, that makes sense. Okay.
So there's 2 routes to keep yourself safe from the Eula, and one is like, don't play creatures so that he won't just kill them for free, and the other is to beg his mercy so that he doesn't kill your commander for free. I mean, more power to Jimmy. At least it seems like his commander won't get picked off for nothing.
I guess I'm just gonna tap 5 here and recast my commander, Goro-Goro and Satoru. That's gonna trigger my Path of Ancestry, so I will scry 1 as well.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and keep that on top. All right, pass turn to you, Graham. Ugh, this is such a bad feeling, but the only way I'm gonna get back in this is if I can get my actual game plan going, and that involves my commander. So it feels awful to have to spend my whole turn just recasting it, but if I don't, I'm really running on blanks here.
And I'm gonna quickly look at the fresh top card of my library. Interesting.
Realm Walker has been giving me hints into the future where I don't draw impactful cards. The only thing I can really do this turn is play my commander, so that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna tap all 5 of my mana and use one of these treasures to play Surrak and Goreclaw.
Air Force 2, this is Control Tower. What's your vector? Acknowledged.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, boy.
Bear Force 2 is a lot scarier than Bear Force 1. Graham now has removal on a stick, trample on all his creatures, and card advantage from the top of his library. For once, the sequel is way better than the original.
But Surrak and Goreclaw is a human bear, so it will trigger Eula, so I guess we'll fight Squee and Slimefoot.
Oh no, not sending my commander to the graveyard.
Wait, what?
That's exactly
That's
where it
fine.
wants to be. Wait. Graham, you're not targeting the Hermit Druid?
Hermit Druid is right there. I mean, staring us in the face.
You were supposed to kill the Hermit Druid!
He fought Squee! He didn't read it!
Bear only know punch, not turn strategery.
Those my lines.
Oh boy, this is just bad, right? This is just bad for everyone. Kathleen is set up to pop off next turn. So she's cruising now. Her engine is getting going.
I feel like she wanted that to happen.
Yeah.
Oh man, maybe I didn't think this through.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. I should probably have killed that Hermit Druid now that I better understand what Slimefoot and Squee does. I may have made a mistake.
Before I do anything else, I'm gonna roll the planar die.
It's a blank.
I'm gonna go to combat. I'm going to attack Josh with Eula and Kathleen with Spirit of the Alderguard, which is currently 5 power.
All right, I will not block.
No blocks.
I will take 4 and go to 31.
I will take 5 and go to 35. Ouch.
Okay, pass the turn.
All right, I will untap. On my upkeep, Phyrexian Arena will trigger. I will draw a card. I will lose 1 life, going to 30, and then I will draw my card for turn. That will trigger Alondra, so I will make a 2/2 Flying Drake.
That bad.
Okay, I am going to then tap 2, and I'm gonna cast my commander, Rona, Herald of Invasion.
All your worlds belong to us!
Cool.
My deck is really built around that looting ability. She does have a transform side, but I don't really have a lot of cards in the deck that take advantage of it. I mostly want to get specific things into my graveyard and then get value by reanimating them and things like that. Boy, I really don't want Kathleen to have that plane, so I'm gonna try to get us off it. It is a blank. So I'm gonna pay 1 and roll the planar die a second time.
You could pay 2 and roll it a third time.
It's getting expensive. I think I'm gonna stop now. You can go ahead, Kathleen.
On your end step, I'm gonna use my treasure for a green and activate Hermit Druid.
Ooh, that's bad.
Oh. This is a scary moment because her commander's already in the graveyard. So whatever she mills creature-wise, she's gonna be able to bring the best thing back. So I just hope she gets a basic land like right on top of the deck. Jimmy did it, Kathleen could do it, right?
I'm medium hoping that happens.
All right, here we go.
Not a basic, not a basic, not a basic,
4,
not a basic,
5.
not a basic,
Oh
not a
my
basic,
goodness.
not a
7.
basic, oh no, not a basic.
Nice. Oh, okay.
So she ends up milling a total of 8 cards into her graveyard, which is honestly not that many. The problem is she can now untap and just activate Hermit Druid again. And this is why we should have killed Hermit Druid.
And then I will go to my turn, untap my cards, draw for the turn. I have so many options, but I feel like the most responsible thing to do is immediately activate Hermit Druid.
Yikes.
All right, I've held off and I've played a little bit coy with Hermit Druid, but now it's time to rumble. Let's see how much stuff I can get in that garbage can.
Okay, here we go.
1.
Not a basic.
2.
Not a basic. Not a basic.
No
not
creatures, though.
How many basics are in here? Oh no.
And now we're at like 10 cards milled. Where is the basic lands?
Not a basic.
Oh my goodness.
Not a basic.
Corvold.
Kathleen, you are free to hit a land anytime.
Come on, where's the basics at?
Oh my gosh.
She just keeps milling cards. She just keeps milling them.
Please stop.
That's creature.
Not a basic. Oh my gosh.
And now I start thinking, how many basic lands are even in her deck? What if there's only like 1 or 2 more? What if she mills 80 cards in there? This is the nightmare. And this is why we should have killed the Hermit Druid.
You know what? These March of the Machine cards make saving the world look so fun.
Oh yeah, it is fun. But what if it could also be delicious?
Josh, please don't eat the cards.
No. I was just thinking that saving the world, it can be delicious with HelloFresh. April is Earth Month, so it's the perfect time to protect the planet and make meal prep fun with HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Their meals are easy, affordable, and have a lower carbon footprint than buying the same ingredients from the store. And because each HelloFresh meal is pre-portioned, they cut down on your overall food waste. You wouldn't waste floating manna, so don't waste your food. It's a resource. Plus, you'll be saving time with delicious, quick, and easy meals like my favorite, the Falafel Power Bowl. And with over 40 recipes to choose from each week, you'll find your own favorites in no time.
That does sound pretty good, and way better than eating the cards.
But you could always do both.
What? No. Do not eat the delicious cards. Go to HelloFresh.com/Knights50 and use code Knights50, that's Knights with a K, for 50% off. Plus, your first box ships free. That's 50% off and your first box shipped free using code Knights50 at HelloFresh.com/Knights50. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
Hark, fleshlings! I am Urabrask. They call me the Traitor Praetor. Even as I opposed Elishnorn, my mind is ever focused on the great work. My forge is churning out tokens, but with all these battles to fight, I have no time to deliver them. Luckily, I can still fire on all cylinders thanks to the hard work of my scamps and my stamps. Stamps.com, that is. Stamps.com has your business covered for all things shipping. Skip the saga of going to the post office when you print postage and schedule pickups from home. They'll even send you a free digital scale to achieve ultimate weighing precision. Plus, Stamps.com offers huge carrier discounts on USPS and UPS, up to 84% off. So, if you want to transform your good work into great work, trust the partner that's helped over 1 million businesses over the past 25 years, Stamps.com. Set your business up for success when you get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up at Stamps.com/Knights, that's Knights with a K, for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com/Knights.
Not a basic. Not a basic. Come on, basic. Where you at, basic? Come on, basic.
I am milling a few more cards than I thought I would mill. I'm sure this basic is gonna show up eventually.
Oh my goodness.
And now we're at like 20 cards or more milled.
Please hit a basic. Please hit a basic. Please hit a basic.
Not a basic. Anger. Oh no.
Hey! What the crap?
Well, that was a lot.
And how many cards are going in your graveyard?
30.
Oh my lord. So to recap, she activated the Hermit Druid 2 times. First one, 8 cards, not that bad. This one, 30 cards. Horrible. And there's 40 cards in her graveyard now.
See, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Jimmy, were you taking notes?
No, I blacked out.
This is why you have to kill Hermit Druid before it can activate, because look at what just happened. Kathleen has so much good stuff in her graveyard now, it's out of control.
As more data points come in, I'm willing to admit that I may not have threat assessed Hermit Druid correctly.
So anger is pretty important that we saw go in there. She's got haste for everything now. So she mills 30 cards, and that means a ton of stuff is in her graveyard. And I can't help but notice that one of those cards is anger. Which means that Jimmy's playing a haste deck, Graham gets haste from his commander, and now all of Kathleen's creatures are gonna have haste. So I'm staring down all of my opponents with all hasty creatures.
With this many cards in my graveyard, I have so many good options right now, but I know which one I'm going for.
So I'm going to start my engine, I suppose, by activating Slimefoot's ability from the graveyard. I'm going to sacrifice my 1 sapperling, and my commander will return to the battlefield. And I get to bring a friend with it, so I'm choosing Tendershoot Dryad.
Oh no.
Oh Oh, Tendershoot Dryad. That's the one that makes a sapling on your upkeep, right? No, Tendershoot Dryad makes a sapling on every upkeep. And because I have the city's blessing, they're not 1/1 saplings, they are 3/3 saplings, which means they can even block bears.
And when Slimefoot and Squee enter the battlefield, I get to make a sapling token.
They're all 3/3s, by the way.
Oh my gosh. I think this is actually a pretty decent choice as far as creature for Kathleen because she's got so much stuff in her graveyard. The longer the game goes, the more advantage she's gonna get. And so the Tendershoot Dryad is just gonna gum everything up and just make the game take longer, which is to her advantage.
So I'm just gonna roll the planar die before I pass the turn.
Strictly speaking, it's maybe not super ideal for me to be rolling the dice here. I hope we can stay on this plane till my next turn. But I could never pass up a bargain, and it's free to roll the dice. I could use some goblins.
Okay. Nothing happens. So I'm going to pay and roll again.
Okay.
Nothing happens. I did enough stuff that turn. I don't feel bad about that, honestly.
It's pretty good.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Kathleen's clearly the archenemy. Just looking at her board, it's out of control. Now we have more than one problem over there, and pretty much no removal has been played against her.
Okay, I'm going to untap, and on my upkeep, I believe your Tendershoot Dryad will trigger.
I'd like to make a sapling, please.
Okay, cool. I will go and draw my card for the turn. I'm gonna kick things off and roll the planar die. Oh, darn it. It'd be great to have anything come my way. All right, let's see here. I will cast a Loyal Apprentice.
Oh, nice. This card's really good in Jimmy's deck because the Loyal Apprentice creates a Hasty Thopter. So he's about to get a free 5/5 dragon every single turn. 5/5 dragons, I don't know if you know, but they're good.
All right, I'm gonna go to combat. My Loyal Apprentice will trigger, and I'm going to create a 1/1 colorless Thopter creature token with haste. It looks like my best target here is going to be Graham, actually, because I don't want to anger that bear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it.
So I will swing my 1/1 Thopter at you in the air, Graham.
I can't block. So I take 1 damage and go to 39.
That is going to trigger my commander, and I get to create a 5/5 red dragon spirit creature token with flying.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, board state.
This is why the bear deck was worried about that commander.
Okay, I'm going to tap for 3 more mana and cast myself a Rhystic Study.
Oh.
Things are still looking really grim out there, but I think I've set myself up as best I can. I've got a good card draw engine, a repeatable way to trigger my commander. I might actually have a shot at getting back into this game. It's a lot to ask for, but at this point, I have to play to my outs.
That's gonna do it for me. I'll pass turn to you, Graham.
All right, I will untap.
On your upkeep, I have a sapling trigger.
Darn it right. And I'm gonna draw. Before I do anything else, I'm gonna roll the planar die.
Yeah.
It's a blank.
You know what? I can afford to try that one more time.
Yeah.
All right.
Ah,
it's a blank.
It's a blank.
I just want those goblins.
Yep.
Shooting
you
blanks.
want something to devour.
Yeah.
Bears be hungry.
I'm gonna play land for the turn. It's Argoth, Sanctum of Nature.
Nice.
And I think I'm going to activate Argoth.
I've got Argoth in the deck not to make giant Titania. This is in the deck to make bears. Handily at the moment, this also can clear stuff off the top of the deck because Realmwalker shows me there is still not a creature there.
So I create a 2/2 bear and then mill 3 cards.
Hey, that bear looks like you.
Thanks.
That's a good looking bear.
Yeah. I have an Ayula trigger.
Fight Slimefoot.
I'm gonna fight the Tendershoot Dryad if it's all the same to you.
I mean, that's fair.
No, the bear's fighting Tendershoot Dryad. I can't be too mad about it. I understand exactly why he did that. You win some, you lose some.
I am gonna go to attack.
Okay.
Kathleen, I'm gonna attack you with the Spirit of the Elder Guard. It's a 5/4.
I block with Slimefoot and Squee.
All right.
Goodbye, Slimefoot. Goodbye, Squee. See you later.
I don't know why Graham keeps killing the one commander on the board that wants to be in the graveyard. I know that Graham's deck only knows how to do one thing, but he could do that one thing to Jimmy.
Yeah, this attack might not be ideal, but bear attacks rarely are.
I'm gonna put Slimefoot and Squee back into the graveyard.
Big surprise.
Yeah.
That's my turn though, so go ahead.
Okay, untap. Phyrexian Arena is going to trigger, so I will draw 1 and take 1, and then I will draw for the turn. That will trigger Alondra, and I will get a second 2/2 Flying Drake.
Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna start by tapping Rona to activate the loot ability. So I will draw a card, and then I will discard an island. Then I'm going to cast Teferi's Ageless Insight. That is a legendary permanent. so it will untap Rona.
Not bad.
I've been holding this card for a little while because I didn't want to show it to the table because it is scary. I mean, doubling up card draw is really good, and I already have 2 permanents on board that it affects. My Commander and Phyrexian Arena. So this is going to pay dividends for the rest of the game, and, you know, I'm really hoping catapult me into the lead.
This is ridiculous. Not like he hasn't already been drawing lots of cards, but now he's going to draw more.
That's also going to trigger my Ristic Study, Josh. Would you like to pay the 1?
No, you can draw.
Okay, I will draw a card.
I suppose I should roll the planar die and hope we can get out of here.
Or you could get some goblins.
Or, yeah, that's true. Oh, Planeswalk. Thank you.
Goodness.
Get us off the Jund plane.
All right, we have now planeswalked to Chaotic Ether.
Ooh, a phenomenon.
So phenomenon are like the instants and sorceries of the Planechase deck. They take place once and then you move through onto the next plane. Of course, this one affects kind of to a large degree what happens on the next plane.
This phenomenon means that anytime we roll blank on the planar die, we actually roll chaos. And we've been rolling blank a lot.
All right, we are moving to another plane where every blank roll of the dice is a chaos roll until we leave this plane.
Oh boy.
Whatever happens next plane is going to be very exciting.
I'm really hoping it's a good one for me.
We are now arriving at Goreclaw.
Ooh, yikes.
Oh no.
This chaos ability is not what I was hoping for with that phenomenon. I have no targets for it. But holy crap, does Kathleen have targets?
Kathleen has the biggest graveyard by far, and now she's gonna be able to just pull stuff back from there? Oh man, this could be going any worse for us.
Oh my god, yes.
We thought only the creatures she milled mattered, but turns out no.
Yeah.
Of all the planes we could have got, this one is not useful to me. I only have a couple of cards in my graveyard. I'm not really gonna be able to take advantage of it. I do have another idea here though, another strategy that I think is gonna work. All right, I'm gonna make one more play. I'm gonna tap 2, and I'm gonna cast Ledger Shredder.
Oh!
Yeah. So I have a plan now, and I think it's a pretty good one. With Ledger Shredder and Teferi's Ageless Insight, I'm hoping I can draw 2 cards on every other player's turn, which means I'm gonna have a bunch of Drakes. Then on my turn, I can trigger Alondra's second ability, make all that flying stuff huge, and I think I might be able to take out a player or 2 out of nowhere. So while it doesn't look like it, I actually like my position quite a lot. I don't think they realize what a threat I am.
That's gonna trigger Ristic Study.
Yep, you can draw.
Alrighty, I will draw.
Yeah, that's all I can do. I'll end my turn.
All right, I'm gonna untap everything, draw for the turn, and then I think that I want to see all of the delights that Kaladesh has to offer. Pass me that planar die.
Oh my gosh. Every blank roll is a chaos roll.
Oh, chaos ensues.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna bring that Soul Ring back from my graveyard to my hand.
Yep.
Bold, strong.
I'm gonna cast that Soul Ring.
That's gonna trigger Ristic Study. Would you like to pay?
No, I'm okay. You can draw a card.
Thank you. You are my new favorite person on the planet.
That's what you say to everybody who doesn't pay the 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm gonna tap Soul Ring. I'm gonna roll again. Oh, chaos!
Actual chaos.
Actual chaos. Actual legit chaos also triggers the plane, so I'm going to get a Phyrexian Altar back to my hand.
Wowza. Yeah, I mean, Phyrexian Altar allows Kathleen to continuously sack her commander and get mana while doing that to activate her commander's ability. So I'm bracing myself for a pretty big turn from her here where she brings a lot of stuff out of the graveyard. This is exactly what I was scared of when she milled those 30 cards earlier.
How fitting that upon visiting Kaladesh, I would get my engine online. Haha, Vorthos jokes.
I'm gonna cast my Phyrexian Altar.
That bad.
That will trigger my Ristic Study. I'm assuming you're not gonna pay the 1?
I've got better things to do with my mana this turn.
Yeah, I can tell. I will draw a card.
All right, and also my Ledger Shredder will trigger because that was the second spell you cast this turn.
That's true.
Which normally would draw 1, but because of Teferi's Ageless Insight, I will draw 2.
Ooh.
And I will discard a Nezahal Primal Tide.
Ah.
That is a non-land, so I'll put a 1/1 counter on Ledger Shredder. And because that is me drawing my second card for the turn, Alondra's gonna trigger, and I will create a 2/2 Flying Drake.
Oh, nice.
Then I think I better bring back Slimefoot and Squee. I'll sacrifice one of my 3 Saprolings. This time, I think they're gonna be bringing their friend Sir Conrad.
Misery loves company.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
Ooh, this card is really scary right now. It cares when creatures die, get milled from the deck into the graveyard, or leave the graveyard. And I don't know if you're paying attention, but Kathleen can currently do all 3 of those.
Now I'm still at 39, but that could start dwindling very rapidly if Sir Conrad gets going.
And when my commander enters, I will get another sapperling.
Yep.
And after that, I'm going to use my last available land for the turn to activate Hermit Druid!
With Sir Conrad out?
With Sir Conrad out! Now when I activate Hermit Druid, because of Sir Conrad, I'm not just filling up my graveyard to do exciting things. I'm hurting everyone while I do it.
I mean, I've said this every time, but I'm hoping she finally hits a basic land early in this process and doesn't mill very many cards.
All right, let's see what you got. Let's see.
1.
Not a basic.
2.
Not a basic. Not a basic. Not a basic. Come on, basic. Where you at, basic? No.
That's a creature.
Oh, no. It's so much damage already.
That's a creature.
If I mill myself out, this is the only.
Oh my gosh. All right. So how many creatures were just milled?
8.
Okay, so we all take 8?
You all take 8.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that sure was 1 green mana to deal 8 damage to each of her opponents. Ouch.
That hurts. That hurts real bad. Wow.
It's not over yet, though, because with all the stuff she can sacrifice, she can keep doing stuff.
Yeah, she can sacrifice saplings to bring something else out.
Yep.
Sir Conrad's pretty bad because not only when she mills, she deals damage to us, but also when she recurs something with her commander, she deals damage to us. I'm still feeling okay. I'm above 20, but it's a little scary.
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I just put a card in my bin that could end the game, as long as I sequence it correctly. I would like to take a minute here to think about my turn.
I'm always incredibly nervous when someone is on their turn and just goes quiet and starts counting stuff.
Yeah.
Up until now, everyone's been moving through their turns fairly briskly, but something that Kathleen just milled has put her deep into the tank. What's she planning over there?
She's counting her mana. She's looking through her graveyard. She keeps pointing at Sir Conrad. She's talking to herself.
I assume she's counting how many creatures she can sack to the altar for a Sir Conrad victory, but I'm still at 31, so what am I not seeing?
No.
I don't like that.
Okay, well, Kathleen's finally decided what it is she's gonna do. She looks kind of confident now. She seems like she knows exactly what her plan is. So I guess we're gonna find out.
Okay, using that Phyrexian altar, I will be sacrificing Slimefoot and Squee, a single sapperling, Skull Prophet, and deck MVP Hermit Druid to float 4 mana. That's 4 Sir Conrad triggers, so y'all take 4.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Are we gonna live through this turn?
I hope so.
Okay. I go to 17.
I go to 27.
And I go to 16.
I will use that mana and then sacrifice another sapperling to activate my commander's ability from the graveyard. But this time, Slimefoot and Squee are bringing back Apex Altasaur.
Oh, what? Oof. With this card, Kathleen can just start picking off other creatures on the battlefield, and every time a creature dies, that's gonna trigger the Sir Conrad. We're all gonna lose more life.
The Altasaur is, I don't like seeing it because I know what's gonna happen. She's gonna take out my Alondra, maybe some of my Drakes, and basically remove my ability to kind of win this game out of nowhere. I didn't think she was looking at me, but now I'm sure she saw it.
When Slimefoot enters, it makes a sapperling. And that is also 3 more Sir Conrad triggers.
Oh my gosh, we are gonna die this turn probably.
Now let's deal with the Altasaur. As it's its nature, it's going to fight a lot of things.
If Kathleen's looking to make as many Sir Conrad triggers as possible, which I think is what she's trying to do, there's a lot of small creatures she can pick off. Luckily, my board's pretty big, but this is gonna hurt.
The first thing it's going to fight is Ayula.
My queen Ayula?
She's going to die doing what she loved, fighting.
Fighting a dinosaur, yeah. Okay. All right.
Apex Altasaur takes 4 damage from her, which makes it fight again. It's going to fight the bear that looks like you. Which is like, sounds extra rude, but, and I like you.
Thank you.
But the bear's got to go.
All right, well, my bear token dies. That's okay.
That's 6 damage on Altasaur?
Yeah, and it's still so mad. I'm gonna fight your next bear.
What? Okay, the Realm Walker?
The Realm Walker.
All right, my Realm Walker dies.
Okay, so that's 3 bears down.
Yeah.
8 damage marked on Altasaur.
What is going on here?
It's still enraged. It has fought all other bears. What about bear and human now?
Surrak and Goreclaw die.
That last fight, however, does kill my Apex Altasaur.
Oof.
So that goes to the graveyard.
Okay, well, Graham has no board left now.
That's not what I thought was going to happen. Why? Why didn't she try to kill Jimmy and Josh's creatures?
That is 5 Sir Conrad triggers.
Oh.
So everybody take 5.
Okay, I go to 9.
I go to 19.
And I'm gonna go to 8.
At first I'm happy because she doesn't touch any of my board, so my plan's still online. But then I kind of realize Graham's the one at the highest life total. And that's an indicator to me that she's not gonna try and just take him out. She's gonna try and take us all out.
I'd like to move to combat now.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the beginning of combat, because we're in gear perk, my artifacts become vehicles. They have crew 2, so I can crew the Phyrexian Altar with Sir Conrad the Grim, and I can crew the Emerald Medallion, thanks Graham, with those 2 sapperlings. So, Graham, I'm going to attack you with Slimefoot and Squee, Emerald Medallion, and Phyrexian Altar.
Are you gonna hit me with my own medallion?
Absolutely.
Of all the things I hoped or thought might happen in this game, getting hit with my own Emerald Medallion was not on the list.
Attack trigger, I get another sapperling from Slimefoot and Squee.
Well, I have no blockers, so I guess I go to 6.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Okay, everyone's at a super low life total now. Perfect. Now, I just need creatures to die. My creatures, their creatures, doesn't matter.
I think the Sir Conrad triggers are probably gonna do the rest. I don't know exactly how she's gonna do it, but she's clearly figured it out.
I'm going to sack Slimefoot and Squee, 2 more sapperlings, and the Emerald Medallion to the Phyrexian Altar, which is 4 mana. That is 4 Conrad triggers.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I go down to 5.
I go to 2.
And I go to 4.
So now I have the lowest life total, and Sir Conrad might just be killing everyone here. Specifically, me first.
So what are you gonna do with that 4 mana you have floating?
I'm gonna sacrifice the sapperling to activate Slimefoot and Squee.
Oh, gosh.
Yep.
Goodbye. They're gonna come back. They're gonna bring Apex Altasaur with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get another sapperling.
Yep.
That is 3 more Conrad triggers. So.
Right, 1 dies, 2 come out.
Oh no.
Well, it's been a pleasure, everybody. I am deceased.
And now I die as a result of a dinosaur coming back from the dead.
I'll go to 2.
Now I'll go to 1.
Apex Altasaur triggers, it's gonna fight something.
Well, the writing's on the wall at this point because that Sir Conrad's just gonna keep triggering. There's really nothing we can do at this point except die, I guess.
I'm going to fight a Drake.
Sure, yep. Drake dies.
Bye, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's a Sir Conrad trigger, so that means I take 1 more damage and I go to 0, and then I died to Sir Conrad pinging us over and over again.
Okay, I go to 1.
Okay, so Jimmy and Graham are both knocked out of the game. I'm about to be next, but I do have one last thing I can try. Honestly, I can't even think of a card in my deck that would necessarily save me in this situation, but it's worth a shot.
All right, now Apex Altasaur is going to fight another Drake.
Okay. Yep, so it kills the Drake, and that puts a Sir Conrad trigger on the stack. With that trigger on the stack, I'm going to, I don't know what I can draw, but I'm gonna activate Rona to loot.
In response, before that resolves, I'm gonna sack another creature to my Phyrexian Altar.
Yep, and then I will not get to draw the cards because I will be dead from Sir Conrad.
And then I die to a big stack of Sir Conrad triggers. Ah!
And you win the game.
Wow.
Congratulations, Kathleen.
Wow.
Congratulations. Good game.
Good game, everybody.
Good game.
And then inexplicably, I junted him out and won the game.
Boy, what a win for that Slimefoot and Squee deck.
She was able to sequence her plays perfectly to squeeze out just enough mana to take us all out.
There is so many crazy interactions that I couldn't have foreseen happening, but you know, it all worked out.
I love Planechase because it just leads to absolutely goofy stuff.
Planechase is a great way to spice up your play group, your commander knights, and make decks that you've played with or against 100 times do things you've never seen before.
I'm just glad that we were able to spend time with some of our best friends on the planet. Graham and Kathleen always bring such great energy and jokes to the table that even if the game doesn't go your way, you still had a good time, and isn't that what Commander's all about?
This was a blast. I love Surrak and Goreclaw, despite how few spells I necessarily got to cast. But hey, Wizards, print another green legendary bear so I can come back and play Bear Force 3.
Whoa, what a win from Kathleen.
Yeah, I have a long history of dying to Kathleen now in Magic, and the pattern continues. That was incredible.
Yeah, that was amazing sequencing from her at the end. That was some complicated lines.
Yeah, there was a lot of thinking involved. Yeah. I was kind of like, well, we'll see what happens. And
yeah, on the day, she's like in the tank. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. It was a really fun game. Make sure you go to cardkingdom.com/command if you want to pick up any March of the Machine cards. There's a lot of really, really cool legendary creatures in this set. There's all the team up commanders.
Oh yeah.
So your favorite two characters sharing a card. There's also all of that awesome Halo foils and serialized versions of cards that you can find in collector's boosters. You're Magic players. You're going to buy Magic cards. If you're going to do that anyway, might as well go to cardkingdom.com/command to pick that up, and then you'll be simultaneously supporting the Command Zone, Game Nights, and all the content you enjoy.
And when you're cracking those packs and getting those new cards, put them into an Ultra Pro sleeve. You can pick those up at ultrapro.com/command. They have a huge inventory of just so much Magic product, not to mention the exclusive art license to use the official art from the set. This set has tons of crazy art of characters teaming up and just doing wild, sweet things together. So if you want that on a sleeve, a playmat, or a deck box, or whatever, ultrapro.com/command is going to be the best place for you to find that stuff. Order it, get it delivered to your house, and boom, you are ready to rock out and play Magic like an absolute, I guess, planeswalker. ultrapro.com/command.
An absolute Jake Boss.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and speaking of Ultra Pro, they are really awesome also because they give us a ton of product to give away to you, the audience, every single episode.
There are 3 easy ways to enter. The first is via Twitter. All you have to do on Twitter is use the hashtag GameKnights and link to this episode and say whatever you want. The second way is on Facebook. Find your way to our Facebook page and to the post that is sharing this episode, and in the comments, tag a friend, a playgroup member, someone else that you think is going to want to check it out. And the final way to enter is on Instagram. Just make any post using the hashtag GameKnights. That's Knights with a K. And that's it. There are 3 different ways to enter.
Yeah, and remember, you have only 1 week from the release date of this episode in order to enter to win this stuff. At that point, we pick the winners, and you can't enter to win a contest once the winners have already been chosen. So yeah, make sure that you enter on all 3 platforms for a 300% chance to win.
Those odds.
Yeah, and before we go, if you have any inkling and are feeling like, hey, maybe I should go to Minneapolis sometime in the future, I would recommend May 5th through the 7th, because that is when Jimmy and I and the whole Command Zone crew is going to be in town. We're going to be performing Game Nights Live that Friday night at 4 p.m. There are links in the show notes if you want tickets or badges. We are also going to be hanging out the entire weekend, playing games, meeting folks, taking pictures. We would love to see you there.
Yep, absolutely. All right, everyone. We'll see you hopefully very soon.
All right. Take care.
Peace.